I'm really curious about this. It's like, I don't know, the graphics don't look any different compared to like um fucking what is it? BDO.
When you attempt to explain a game like Crimson Desert to a colleague, it almost sounds like a fake game that you might have tried to pass off to your classmates back in the day. Like, I drifted my horse around the fields before stumbling into a giant circus performance, after which I made my way to the hills of the Great Bug Wars between giant metallic insects and gun-toting soldiers before visiting the fortress of the giant robots. After which I took a stroll along the beach before stumbling into a large city where I became a wanted criminal, only to escape by jumping off the castle's wall, to then find myself lost in a rainforest during a storm at night, before eventually emerging out into the Crimson Desert itself and climbing to its highest point to see the world that I had just traversed. Oh, and there's dragons you can fly around on, and giant bosses like Shadow of the Colossus, and you can swing like Spider-Man, and the combat makes you feel like a medieval John Wick. Like, seriously, I'm not one to normally get excited about open world games, as followers of DF might know, but Crimson Desert is crazy and ambitious in a way that I quickly became enamored with.
So hi
I just
Gundam,
wanted to see
Doc,
what was over
welcome
the
in.
next hill. It really
Wait,
brought
sorry,
back that
welcome,
thrill of
welcome, Cookie, Summon, Swedish, Pie, and World.
exploration. But
Hey
all this
guys.
ambition does not come for free, and nearly all of the promotional footage leading up to launch has focused on the PC version, which looks obscenely good, leaving people to wonder, did they hide the console version? Is it actually any good? Well, DF friends, wonder no more. Everything you've been seeing here today thus far has been captured from the console version of the game, and today we'll be exploring that experience. For this initial video, however, there is a word of caution. We've only had access to the PlayStation 5 Pro version thus far, but fear not, the other consoles are incoming soon.
See, I'm just so fucking glad I just have a PC. I feel like I would be pissed. Like if I have I mean I do have a PS5, but I would be so mad if I would have a PS5 and I wanted the Pro, yet I couldn't get it. God, dude, that'd be so upsetting. So yeah, I'm just glad I have a PC that can actually run these games. Like, holy shit.
And we'll tackle them in due time. For now, though, let's dive in.
Live action? Oh, welcome in. No worries. I need to watch that too.
Looking for a new high-quality gaming display? MSI has a range of Model 1 OLED or at 4U Ultra Cube more.
Rare and exciting moment for us at Digital Foundry. In a landscape where Unreal Engine has become the default, and where its strengths and weaknesses are now largely predictable, Pearl Abyss has arrived with something genuinely new to explore. Their Black Space engine delivers results that are nothing short of remarkable. Yeah, there's some jank to contend with, of course, and we'll get to that, but the overall impression it leaves is striking. From performance to crowd behavior, animation, freedom, foliage, lighting, everything, it is a stunning game. And on PS5 Pro here, you actually don't lose that much. For starters, the game's ray tracing features are fully present and accounted for on the Pro. The ray-traced diffuse global illumination we highlighted in
Seems
our
like
PC
I'll be stuck
preview,
with the Switch
the
One,
per-pixel solution,
Switch One
yeah,
mobile
it's
and
enabled here.
PC.
This
Oh,
gives the game a fully dynamic
15-year-old
ray-traced
PC
driven
forever.
lighting system.
Oh no. Oh god, dude. I mean, at least you have what the fuck is it called? Duskborn or whatever, whenever it comes out. Maybe.
Sunlight pouring into a room naturally bounces across surfaces, creating dramatic, believable scenes, and it's all done fully dynamically. The same is true of local lights, which produce equally impressive results. You have a lantern in your inventory, for instance, which you can pull out at any time, and the light from your lantern produces ultra dramatic scenes, especially at night where light is scarce.
Dude, I should go back to fucking Dragon's Dogma 2. I have not touched that game since launch, and man, I should go back to that game. I don't know. I kind of just dropped it.
Scenes like this are particularly
Telling to play it.
impressive.
I mean, isn't the 2-year anniversary coming out soon? I stopped memeing about it too. Yeah, is it the 2-year anniversary? So like maybe they'll like, I don't know, maybe they'll tease us with like a DLC or something. DD2 1. Well, so I'm surprised you came in when I mentioned it because Laria, you're the one pushing me for it, you know? But yeah, I do want to go in. Actually, wait, give me a second. Let me just look up hold on. Let me see if is there any good mods? Is there any how many mods are there? Wow, there's 1K mods. Holy shit. Okay, so there's got to be something good in here, right? Maybe let's go searching, I guess. Also, thank you. Bye, that's so sweet. Okay, there's got to be something good in here. Framework, fluffy mod, no. Item creek, shop. Textures might be okay. Affinity bar. Typing tool. Skin mods? Yeah, probably skin mods. Lock on combat with dodge. Yeah, if there's a nude mod, oh please don't be a nude mod. So far so good, but also thank you, Pie. That's so sweet. Yeah, I really just want to you know, I just hope you guys like my music because I'd like to think I have good taste in music from the songs I play. No new mod. I'm not seeing any new mods, but then again, I'm tweaking by download. Sorting, not tweak. What the fuck am I saying? Sorting by download. Yo, I'll take you by that's the same. Walking thinking there. Yeah, there's not really insane. There's not really any insane mods here I'm looking at. Yeah, there's no really. Hold on. Let me just do Dragon Dogma 2. Let me just like look up DLC or something. Maybe there's something. 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 2 months ago. Wait, did it just get a co-op mod? Do we have co-op now? Do we have co-op?
A guy on Reddit posted actual working co-op gameplay in Dark Risen. Not parsec or split screen tricks. Real online players control.
Bro, did you guys know someone added co-op to Last of Us 2? It's fucking insane, dude. I don't know how people do this. My girl is typing she's the captain now. Why? I don't know. But yeah, if Dragon's Dogma, wait, no, DDR. Oh fuck, dude. Okay, no, this isn't. All right. Yeah, fuck. I already did everything in the first one. God damn it. But that's really cool. It's getting co-op though. Okay. Okay, this guy just makes content on Dragon's Dogma. Dude, it really doesn't feel like 2 years since this game came out. Dragon's Dogma actually slaps. Like, man. Oh, thank you, Pajf. I appreciate that. Man, I want, yeah, I should go back to Dragon's Dogma 2 at some point.
Same is true of
I'll
local
try to.
lights, which produce equally impressive results. You have a lantern in your inventory, for instance, which you can pull out at any time, and the light from your lamp
Hasn't really been 2 years. Hasn't really been 2 year, 2 years. No way. Oh my fucking god, dude. Where has 2 years gone? I feel like just yesterday I tried this. What the actual fuck? God fucking damn. Shit. What? Okay, what the fuck was the last update? Last update was message of thanks. $4 million. COVID. Yeah. Damn, dude. Yeah, this game barely got. I mean, it somewhat got support, but I mean, yeah, it did get a lot of support, but like, I want more. I wanted content updates. I wanted everything for this game. I wish this game got more support, dude. I love Dragon's Dogma 2. How did it come out 2 years ago, bro? I don't even. Fuck, bro. Fuck.
lantern produces ultra dramatic scenes, especially at night where light is scarce. Scenes like this are particularly impressive. This battle here has lights being generated by the enemies that you're fighting, and all of it is fully real time with shadows and lights dancing realistically across the terrain. It makes the battle feel so dynamic. The lighting has a
20 years
distinctive
ago?
quality that
Oh,
makes the world feel
dude.
more convincing than most current gen games. The bright blue
I
skies
was
stand out immediately.
fucking. When did it come out? When did Mario Galaxy come out? ...2007. I was fucking like 8 or 9 when that game came out. Fuck, dude. Ugh. Time flies. Time fucking flies, dude. Oh my god. Not 8 or 9. What I'm saying, I was like, I think I was like 12.
In the environment
12 or 13.
around your character shows clear atmospheric light scattering. The real-time time of day system also pays off. Days and nights last longer than you usually see in games, and nighttime is genuinely dark.
How do you guys
Closer
feel
to
about this
something
game?
like, say,
Time has been running like it has something catch up to. Yeah, real. Hello, B. It's been a while. But yeah, it's like ever since I graduated college, time has just been non-existent, and I really don't like that because it's just like I wish time could just stand still. I really hate how fast it's moving, and I'm scared. I'm terrified. I'm actually terrified of the future. So
Dragon's Dogma, but with stronger, more consistent ray traced lighting. Ray tracing is enabled across all 3 modes, by
yeah,
the way. Yes, there are 3
yeah, it
modes.
fucking sucks, dude. Oh man. Dude, what is going on with time lately?
So the overall lighting quality remains intact and consistent regardless of how you play. The only drawback here is that the denoiser occasionally struggles in more extreme cases. It's not as speckly as Resident Evil Requiem, but it's definitely
Still waiting on how to adult. Dude, I'm terrified. Like legit, I'm terrified of my 30s. Whenever I turn 30, it's just God. And I feel like there's so many. I don't know why, but like there's so many. Oh, you're 30? You're old as fuck. When 30 is not even that old. Like, I know people who are like 30 who look 18. It's kind of crazy.
Definitely still noticeable. In particular, I noticed streaking and noise in areas of high contrast.
Like they
Even
look
so,
they look
lighting is a
young, dude.
major
They
pillar of
do
the
not
game's
look like
visual
their age.
identity
It's
and works
crazy.
beautifully overall. I'll be curious to see how the game
Like they
looks
do
without
not look
ray
30.
tracing, though, because it seems like the Xbox Series S version
Like I don't know
does
how they
not
do it.
have this feature.
Maybe skincare,
Beyond
who
that, I
knows?
noticed some really great visual touches that I wanted to highlight. For instance, particle shadows. Smoke plumes cast real dynamic shadows that you can observe as you move around. You can see that here if we look at this smokestack and then turn the camera around, you actually see
Yeah.
the shadows from the emanating smoke. It's very cool.
Double stream.
And attacks from above.
Also, like, am I the only one who thinks this game just it looks like Black Desert Online? Like it
Actually do the
doesn't
same. It's a subtle feature, not
it,
something I've
it
often thought
doesn't
about, but
like
it really adds
wow me in any way. Essentially, um, I could be wrong, but like I don't know. This game just looks like Black Desert. It's not really like I don't see why people are glazing this game when it just we already have Black Desert and it doesn't really look any different.
a
So
surprising amount of depth when it hits.
it's
Ray
called
traced
Crimson Desert. It's basically their single player game. It's like a prequel to Black Desert or something, but it really just doesn't look any different compared to BDO.
reflections are also something
Maybe
I
the
noticed.
wows will be along
With so much
along
water and
found
other
along the
reflective
way.
surfaces, it's
Oh my
impressive
God.
that every mode on PS5 Pro actually includes them. The system manages to blend ray traced reflections with SSR and assign distance fields for distant geometry. This is one area where I noticed a little bit of a difference in the performance mode, though. The BVH tightens up around the camera, reducing the overall reflection radius. The results still look excellent, but it relies more heavily on the fallback solutions. But honestly, even still, it looks excellent, and the water
Okay,
itself
is it me or
kind of a
like
standout. Now, I discussed this with Alex in our initial
this game
preview, but the way the wave
doesn't
system works is super cool. Waves break and split around rocks, for instance.
the world doesn't
Wash
like
up on
interest
shore
me.
and
It looks
recede
really
naturally. Wet
generic
surfaces pick up a specular shape,
and just
the
not.
characters themselves even generate
I don't
ripples
know.
that
Maybe that's just
interact
me. Also,
visually
hello,
with the environment and
hello,
with the
loud.
ripples.
Welcome in.
When you climb into the mountains, you'll see water sort of streaming down the mountainside, right? And the way
I
that
don't know,
handles
guys.
all
I
the
know I'm being
direction
like really
of the
harsh on
water
this
itself
game, but
is
like
extremely
I don't.
impressive.
There's nothing about
Personally,
this
the water
game that
also looks
interests me in
great
the
at
world
scale.
specifically.
And standing on a mountain looking out across the ocean, for instance, is
Um,
still convincing and beautiful. I also love how they simulate the penetration of light through the surface of the water, like standing in deep water here with your lantern. But the water in general is just beautiful throughout this game and a real visual highlight. The way they're able to scale from nearby ripples to a full ocean is very impressive. And this idea of scale is kind of what surprised me the most. The developers have managed to deliver this combination of ridiculous near field detail at a huge scale that you can appreciate at a distance. Just stop and look around, right? Every scene is packed with this fine grained detail. There's an absurd amount of foliage variety, for instance, and all
gonna
that
feel very
foliage is
lonely as
affected
low
by
crawl.
weather
Yeah, I'm
conditions,
worried it's
blowing
gonna be like
realistically in
that
the wind. When a storm starts to wind up, the trees
because like
whip around violently.
it takes 6+ hours to even get to walk across one end of the map to the other. So like
Around you.
it's
But beyond
huge.
that, they also react directly to the player and NPC movement as well. Yet it's perhaps the distant rendering of the trees that impressed me the most. You see, this is an area where games typically struggle, yet here trees far off in the distance are actually
Like,
properly
am I gonna
lit
be
and
using fast
shadowed,
travel
while
if
still
there
giving
is
the
fast travel?
perception of
Yes,
detail.
because this
Shadowing
game is
distant
too fucking
trees
big.
has such a positive impact on the overall visual design, and it's something that most other games
And I
either
doubt
skip
there's
completely.
gonna be like I don't know, guys. Like the world's so fucking big. how can you make every bit just interesting? I'm so concerned about that.
or do in a very blobby, simple fashion. And this sort of insane detail can also be said of the surfaces and textures throughout the game. These guys went wild with
Radiant
displacement mapping.
encounters.
It's not a new technique, obviously, but it's everywhere. What do I mean? Well, essentially, just look at the ground here. This allows the developers to simulate depth within a texture, lending that surface increased perceived detail without leveraging more geometry. As a result, every stone, every brick, and just about any other surface in the game is just exploding with visual detail like this. There are virtually no flat surfaces in Crimson Desert. I've never seen this technique executed at scale quite like this, and I do think it adds a lot to the presentation. But there is one downside. It can produce some visual bugs at times. Something I noticed especially in that first town. Stuff like this, for instance, right? The larger issue can be seen when you look at areas where the texture sort of protrudes from the geometry, like this, on edges. There's sometimes flicker and pixelation along these surfaces. You'll notice it on rock walls, trees, and various other edges, just like that. It's worth mentioning, though, that this bothered me more when I first started the game, but after you start to make progress, you just kind of forget about it. The overall majesty of the visuals kind of takes over. Either way, it's cool to see such a great technique return here. There's more to discuss in the visual side, but honestly, for now, I feel like
Yeah,
might
it looks
be a good
pretty,
time to talk
but like
about
I'm
the
just
specifics
hoping
around the PS5 Pro
that
version
it's
of the
like
game.
it
After all, a
has
lot of
shit to
people are
do
wondering
in,
just
because
how it
like
runs.
all the trailers and stuff looks pretty, but I don't know what you do in it.
And while you might have a good idea by now, there is more to discuss. So,
Like
as
all the
spec
trailers,
sheet
it's
released by
just
Pearl Abyss notes, there are
traversing the
3
world
modes on
and
most
shit.
consoles, including PS5
There's a lot of
Pro.
traversing,
Optimal, which is the performance
so I'm
mode.
really worried
Now,
how
the current build we had access to is running with the original
really worried
PSSR,
how this game
as
will
opposed to
play,
what
and
we
like how
affectionately
much
call PSSR2.
interesting areas
Thus, image quality
there are to
wasn't
explore.
great. Apparently, PSSR2 is planned for launch, but in its current state, I can't really judge image quality yet, aside to say that the usual PSSR artifacts are indeed visible, with smearing around foliage and some
Non-stop action,
ray
maybe
tracing
ton of
noise
random
being the most
encounters. I
obvious.
really hope so.
It'll be very interesting to see how this changes with the upgraded PSSR. But the real reason to use
I
the
just don't
various
want to get
performance
bored
modes
with the
actually
combat.
stems from performance. And Crimson Desert offers some
I
impressive
really don't
scale
want to get bored with combat.
essentially by
I'm
default,
so
each
worried that
mode
like
corresponds to a
eventually
different frame rate target.
I'm gonna get
60
all the
FPS for
combat
default,
abilities.
40 for
Like
balanced,
I hope
30
I
for
don't get it
normal.
until
The
endgame, but
balance
like
mode, of course,
literally
requires a
I don't know.
120 hertz output to function
I don't know,
correctly.
you guys. I really
The
don't.
performance mode, though, puts up a good fight. I poured a solid 20 hours or so into the game, and most of that was spent in performance mode. By and large, that 60 FPS target is maintained. I was surprised by how good it is overall. But it was also enlightening playing this way without any sort of VRR, as it did help me identify specific areas where it can and does drop. Most of the time, that involves larger crowds. Anything involving tons of NPCs or enemies can drop the frame rate. That's not to say there aren't occasional dips in quieter
Again, like
spots this,
I just
but
don't get the non-stop glazing of the game though. Like it is it just me, or like I don't know, I'm cautiously optimistic.
overall, most of the drops will happen when it's busy. The most significant of
I'm
which
just
occurred
getting
during
this game for the
Battle
combat,
for
really.
Bug Hill, as I like to call it.
I'm
Here,
hoping
wars
it'll
waged
carry
and
the whole game.
casualties include the frame rate, which drops significantly, making it far and away the worst spot I've found in the game so far. It starts out okay, sometimes hitting 60, sometimes dropping into the 50s, as you do. But once you actually reach the top of Bug Hill, the specific encampment here, we start to see some major drops. And I think this is actually made worse by kiting enemies around, because I came here before my character was ready and would die instantly if hit, so I have a ton of insects chasing me around. And as a result, we actually see the frame rate slip all the way into the 30s. I believe this section is very specifically CPU limited, as it deals with so many active enemies at once. It makes sense. You can trigger similar results in some of the game's large cities, especially when causing a ruckus like this. Once the crowd starts to panic and the guards rush the player character,
I mean, Lux,
the
there's a
frame rate
lot more
definitely takes a
weapons.
hit as well.
There's like, I don't know, because like I don't think I'm gonna use sword and shield much. Maybe there's a long sword. Yeah, you know. I'm just hoping there's more weapons than what they already shown.
Crucially,
It'd be cool
it
if they
is
put
not
some TOTK music, like intuitive traversal methods. I mean, they do have the little like carry thing, the anger thing or whatever that you can like use as like a Spider-Man hook or something. So
the norm at all, so don't take that away from it. But it does show you that certain situations can bring the performance to its knees. In comparison, the 30 and 40 FPS modes are largely more stable overall, holding their targets reasonably well. Like here, I visited.
I don't know. Like, what do you guys
mode,
think?
and
Because
we're rendering
this
4
is
times
like
the number of pixels
new
here versus
gameplay
game mode,
essentially.
right? Plus, the graphics
So-
quality is increased even. Yet, despite dipping into the 30s
I don't know.
mode, we're actually hitting a
I really
stable
don't
30
know.
FPS here.
I'm worried that I'm gonna
which
get
is
bored
pretty
within like
great.
10 hours.
Weirdly enough, the balance mode actually manages to hit a pretty stable 40 FPS in this area too. All of this can be influenced by dynamic elements, of course, like this run here in the 40 Hz mode. The reason it looks kind of fuzzy is that it started raining. So I'm running through this area in the rain. And yeah, we still see some dips here, but overall it's pretty good. Alas, this is a surprisingly heavy game, and I don't mean in terms of performance.
I mean, this is
the way it feels to
like
play.
Digital Foundry, so
It
it's
seems
like a deep
intentional
dive
that
into the
30
graphics
FPS,
specifically.
camera and the character
So
movement feel
yeah, this
less
is just a
responsive than I
graphical
have
showcase.
normally liked. Thus, I do
Um,
recommend the 40 or 60 FPS.
But it does show like
resolution
new
quite a
areas,
bit.
I guess, new
The thing is,
gameplay.
the game
So
feels similarly heavy on PC, even at higher frame rates, so I think it's a design choice. Now, if not for capturing, I think I'd have probably stuck with the 40 FPS mode, since I feel like it finds a nice balance between image quality and performance. But once we factor in the new PSSR, it might actually make sense just to stick with performance the entire time. The thing is, though, if you drop into the options menu, you might notice something else. There's a VSync toggle. Let me start by saying that if you're not using a VRR display, do not turn on this option. It is horrifically bad and clearly not intended for use without VRR. I mean, just look at this. The results are extremely awful. Don't use it, trust me. But it does become useful when combined with VRR. But
also,
mainly just in
Alopai, thank you
performance
so
mode. You
much.
see, despite the 120
Holy
Hz
shit!
container, the VRR
Was that your
in this game
GF?
does not seem to support low frame rate compensation like some other major first-party titles. So when it dips out of the VRR range, screen tearing reappears. This makes the setting unsuitable for quality and even balanced mode,
Yes.
because tearing does appear.
Tell her I said thank you.
When coupled with performance mode, however, it's legitimately cool and allows frame rates that
I don't know, guys. Like, what do you think?
It's honestly
I mean,
the most
it's
responsive and smooth feeling mode in the game, and as you can see, manages to keep frame rates under any other UE5 games, that's for sure. The results are pretty impressive. Reflecting on all the various big open world games this gen, Crimson Desert is one of the
more
better
gets
performers
just
overall.
too big.
It's not perfect by any means, and I do.
So let's watch the launch trailer. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be more eye-opening.
It's time. To take back what was stolen. So, you're finally here. You were expecting me?
Well, you Greymanes are a hard lot to kill, clawing your way back from death's door over and over. How'd you do it? Let's find out, shall we?
I see. What do you think, guys? I think I'm sold. I'm definitely gonna try it and just see how it is.